I lived with my boyfriend for 4 years. We'd gone back and forth on marriage for a while. He finally proposed, but then backed out a few weeks later. I was heartbroken, so I broke up with him and moved back to my home state, 4,000 miles away. 3 months later, he called. Said he missed me, still loved me, and regretted calling off our engagement. He proposed again. I was skeptical. We talked for hours, and he convinced me he was ready. I told him, if you mean it, call me tomorrow. And he did. We set a wedding date for 6 weeks later, but then he went silent. After 2 weeks, he admitted he wasn't ready again and called it off. 4 years later, out of nowhere, he called again. He was in my city for business. He asked if we could meet up, and I thought, what the hell? I'm over him. Why not? We met for a drink, caught up, and I asked him what happened with our engagement. He said he regretted it and wanted to apologize, but was afraid. He admitted he'd never stopped loving me. That canceling was his biggest regret. That, and never having a child with me. He always wanted a son. In that moment, something snapped. I told him I was pregnant when I left him. That the night he'd called to propose, I was carrying his baby but didn't want him to marry me because of it. So I didn't tell him. When he broke it off, I decided to put the baby up for adoption. But that night, I miscarried. It was a boy. He left the table, visibly sick. I had lied. There was no pregnancy. I just wanted to hurt him as much as he hurt me. I didn't plan it. The words just came out. Knowing that he'd feel responsible for losing his son was enough. I never saw him again, and I never told him the truth.